All right, let's talk about interview day, because we've talked a lot up till now about prep. I encourage you to show up for your interview about 10 minutes early. Don't bring in any water, food, bags, any of that kind of stuff to the interview. What I do encourage you to bring into the interview is a leather portfolio and a pen. And so you might have a few notes in that portfolio. You might have the questions that you want to ask the interview panel. Those kinds of things are totally fine to have written down. And some of the questions that you'll be asked are multi-part, so it's great to be able to take some notes. Please do not pre-script your answers. That never looks good. I would encourage you at the very least to turn off your cell phone and ideally not even bring your cell phone into the interview. Please don't bring in your pocketbook. It's just more stuff to deal with. It is critical that you make eye contact and smile with everyone. And please, please, please do not say anything negative about your current employer or your current boss. That is the kiss of death. Body language is also critical. Make sure that what comes out of your mouth matches what your body shows. Don't sit there with your arms crossed. Don't sit there with a scowl on your face. Don't sit there all stiff. Pay attention and know what your personal tics are. Do you crack your knuckles? Do you play with your hair? Do you wag your leg? Make a conscious effort to control your personal tics and make sure that you smile throughout. People are looking at you and then they're listening. But the bulk of the interaction they have with you is your visual. So it's really important to be dressed appropriately. It's important to use a proper tone. All of those kinds of things. Even if your office is casual, as I mentioned earlier, you need to step it up a notch. It's just respectful of the process. Now, once the interview is over, what are you going to do? I encourage you to make a closing statement at the end of your interview. Don't just say thanks and walk out. You have to ask for the job. Do the ask. Thank you so much for taking the time to discuss the position today. This interview has made me even more excited and interested in the position than I was before, and I'm looking forward to joining your team. Now, of course, you're going to say that last part only if in fact you want the job. But this is not the time to play hard to get. On the other hand, you don't want to come across as desperate either. So, I really appreciate your time. I'm excited about this job. I hope that I have the opportunity to join your team. Please don't hesitate to reach back if you have any questions. I also encourage you to ask when you might hear back, and if they say, it'll be 2 weeks, then follow that up with, if I haven't heard from you by then, may I follow up with you? Who would be the appropriate person to follow up with? So making that close and leaving a good impression is important.